Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about Sex and the City again, like we always do when we're here, okay? Because I'm going to get through every goddamn episode. That's what I promised I was going to do. So we're going to go through every single episode of Sex and the City. I'm going to give you my honest, straight man's review. That's the point of view that you did not get when you watched the show. I've been watching this show since the very beginning. I've watched all 94 episodes. I watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show. And just like crap, I hated it. I already reviewed it. It's already on here if you want to watch it. But the point is, the Second City was a great show. I love the show. That's why I watched all the episodes, all right? So what I'm doing now is I'm going back in time a little bit, kind of reliving my youth. You know, I was a much younger man back then when those episodes first aired. The world was a lot different back then, okay, than it is now. And I'm kind of starting to see things, you know, from a different point of view, from an older, wiser perspective, you could say. So I'm looking at these old episodes. A lot of these episodes I have not seen in 20 plus years, okay? And so I'm watching them again. I'm just like, okay, well, here's what I think about this. Here's what I think about that, you know? And I'm also trying to remember what I used to be like back then. You know, I was in my 20s back then when these shows first came out, okay? I was a young man, single. I was out there dating. I lived in a big city. You know, I worked with a lot of, like, you know, actresses and models, you know, and stuff, and a lot of good looking people. We all hung out together. We all went to the bars together. We went clubbing together, parties, you know. We did museums, nightclubs, theater. I mean, we did all that shit, all right? So I was very familiar with being in the in crowd, you know, and being very active socially, you know, because we used to do that all the time back then. So all the girls that I knew, all the pretty girls I knew that I went to school with, you know, or that I worked with, you know, they were all watching this show. That's what got me involved in it. I didn't want to watch the show, but, you know, they were all watching it. None of my straight guy friends were watching the show, but I was always interested in what they were talking about because it was like a new thing back then. You know, like, okay, so these women are out there fucking a lot of people. That's like a TV show, and it's from a woman's point of view. Like, holy shit, you know? Now, most of the guys didn't give a shit. We were watching other stuff, okay? But I was interested in that, you know, because I was actively dating women. I wanted to see, well, what are some of the pitfalls that women go through in dating, you know, because from a girl's point of view. So that's why I started watching the show, and I got hooked. All right? I like the characters. The characters were very well written. You know, I love the pacing. I love the fact that these characters kept going forward despite all their flaws, despite all their, you know, all the things that were against them, they still persevered. I like that a lot. You know, you didn't see too much of that on TV back then. You never saw really dating. You saw rom-coms and chick flicks, but those were like an hour and a half. This was like every week a new episode, a new adventure, a new plot twist, a new guy to fuck. You know, so I love the show. The only thing I didn't like was the way the straight guys were being portrayed on the show. The people that created the show, I'm talking about Michael Patrick King, Darren Star, you know, even Candace Bushel, you know. They don't know what a straight guy is, okay? They have an idea of what a straight guy. They don't know what it's like to be a straight man, okay? To be actively dating, the things that we think about, the things that we do, why we do them, you know. They don't really understand that, so they give us their imitation, that what they think it is, okay? Which is very shallow and one-sided and not correct at all. And that's the problem I have with the show. We weren't being represented, okay, accurately. And I know why they did it, okay? They did it because I was not the target audience, okay? They knew goddamn well when they created the show was not going to be aimed towards me. It was going to be aimed towards women, you know, and towards gay guys. And that's what it was, you know? So I'm not the target audience. It wasn't made for me. So I understand that part of it, you know? But at the same time, you know, if you're gonna do a show about heterosexual couples fucking, you know, from a woman's point of view, you need to have some sort of like a heterosexual man point of view in there somewhere in the creative process, okay? Okay, because you gotta have like guys acting like real guys. The guys don't really act like real guys here. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do, and when they do, I will say it here. There's plenty of times in these reviews where I pointed out, yep, they got it right. Yep, a guy really would do that. Yep, that is what a guy would do, okay? But not very often, okay? So I'm just giving you a heads up, all right? This is a straight man's point of view, all right? That's what I do here, okay? I'm going to give you that point of view that nobody gave you, okay? If you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, you know, okay, get out right now, okay? I'm not here to hurt your feelings, but I'm not going to spare your feelings either. I'm going to tell you honest God truth what I think about these episodes, these situations, these characters, okay? Whether you like it or not, okay? I'm going to give you the truth. Your dad didn't tell you this. Your husband didn't tell you this. Your boyfriend didn't tell you. I'm going to fucking tell you this, all right? Straight man's point of view. And guys, if you're watching this, don't watch this with your girlfriend or your wife. Don't. Okay? She's just going to fucking make you pause it and ask you, what the fuck's he talking about? Okay? Then you have to fucking come up with some bullshit to tell her. Okay? So don't do that. Okay? Ladies, okay? Don't watch this with him either. Okay? Don't. Okay? This is the shit that this is what they call tough love. Okay? The hard fucking truth. Okay? The shit you don't want to hear. Okay? I'm not going to spare your fucking feelings. I'm not your gay best friend. I'm not one of your girlfriends. Okay? Okay, I'm not going to give you some fucking chocolate cake to make you feel better. Okay, we're not going to go shopping together so that you can feel better, okay? I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. All right. Here, so let's go. All right, great. Now we got that out of the way. Okay, the episode we're going to talk about today is called Sex and the City, Season 4, Episode 16. Season 4, Episode 16. It's called Ring-a-Ding-Ding. That's the name of the episode. I don't know why they call it that. I have no fucking idea. Anyway, so it starts off with Carrie has to fix her own toilet, okay, because Aiden's there in the apartment, but he's packing up the last of his stuff. He's about to move out. Okay, he already made the decision to move out. They already canceled the engagement. They already broke up. You know, he still owns the place because he bought it with his own fucking money. But he's about to leave. Carrie doesn't want to get married. He wants to get married, so fuck, that's it. Okay, so he's about to move out all of his shit. He's got a couple boxes left, and then he's gone forever. Okay, so he's about to leave. Carrie's trying to fix the toilet by herself. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Aiden, of course, being a gentleman, offers to help her do it. You know, she's like, no, I can do it myself. So he's like, yeah, right. Okay, so he goes over there and he helps her fix the toilet to get it working again. You know, and something about a cock ball or some shit like that. And he's like, okay, your toilet's fixed. I'm going. And she's like, no, you can't go. You can't. The last words we say to each other can't be cockball. You know, it's got to be something else. You know, you can just stay for one more day or stay forever. You know, so she's really like she really sold this scene. Sarah Jessica Parker really sold this scene. Great acting here. I mean, she really looked like she was about to lose. She was losing this guy. You could see it in her face. You know, that this is not what she wanted to happen. This is not, you know, her plan. This wasn't some manipulation to get rid of him and nothing like that. She really legitimately wanted him to stay, and he does not want to fucking stay. And I can't blame him. Okay, I can't blame him. She's not the ideal girlfriend for him. She has not treated him like a good girlfriend would. You know, she's fucking used him. She's fucking abused him. She's taken advantage of him. She's taken him for granted. She's done all these fucking things, despite the fact that she was the one that begged him to come back to her. Okay, and she still didn't really give him the respect, you know, that he deserved as her boyfriend. She really didn't do it. You know, and so yeah, so I can totally see him leaving. He should have left a long time ago. In fact, if it was me, I never would have gotten back with him in the first place. The first time they were together, she cheated on him. All right, so that right there, if it would have been me, I never would have gotten back with her in the first place. Okay, but he took her back. I don't know why the fuck he did it. I still have no idea why Aiden was in love with her. I have no idea what was so special about Carrie as to why he was in love with her that he wanted to fucking put a ring on it. I have no idea what it was. I still have not figured that out. That's why I can't relate to Aiden's character. I don't know why he's in love with Carrie, why he was ever in love with Carrie, why he took her back, why he forgave her so easily, why he does all these nice things for her, why we know despite she does nothing for him. You know, she doesn't like any of the shit that he does. I have no idea why he loved her. Okay, I have no idea why he wanted to marry her. Okay, and don't say it's because he wanted to show Big that she no. He doesn't give a shit about Big either. Okay, he doesn't care what Big thinks. Okay, I don't know why he was in love with Carrie. I know why Big's in love with Carrie. I figured that out already. Okay, I know exactly what's going on there. I don't know why Aiden's in love with Carrie. I never did. I never figured it out. So yeah, that's what happens when you have a fucking gay guys, lesbians, and feminists writing about straight people. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, it's got to make sense, or else we're not going to believe it, and it makes no sense to me. Okay, so that's going on here. She's upset, you know. She stays in the bathroom for a few hours, you know, just sitting on the floor, depressed. And she comes out, she sees a letter, an envelope that Aiden left for her. She opens it up. It's actually legal documents about the apartment. Now, he bought the apartment a couple months ago because he was gonna tear down a wall so that two apartments can become one, so they can have more room for themselves, you know. And then they were gonna get married and all that shit. Well, all that shit's out the window now. He's not gonna finish tearing down the wall now because what the fuck? He doesn't want the place anymore. He bought it for her and Carrie. Now Carrie's gone. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. So fuck it, like, you know. But he still fucking paid all this money on the apartment. Now, hey, no way, fucking Carrie. No fucking way. Okay, are we gonna break up the engagement? And I'm just gonna fucking I'm just gonna give you that as a gift after we broke up. Fuck no, you're paying me. You're paying me, fucking bitch. You know why? Because it was your idea too that we buy this place. When we talked together and we decided we were gonna buy this place and get married, okay, you were on board. You said yes, let's do it. Let's do it because they're going to kick me out if we don't, you know? So guess what, fucking Carrie? Pay up, buttercup. You know, yeah, you didn't think about that, right? Yeah, of course not. You know, and I'm glad Aiden did that. He's finally being a man for the first time in this relationship. He's telling her, okay, listen, I'm not going to let you fuck me over again, okay? I spent a shitload of money to buy this fucking place for us, and now you don't want to be with me anymore? Now you don't want to marry me? Fuck you, okay? You're still living here. I'm not, so I'm not fucking paying for your place. You want to live here? You're going to fucking buy it. But I'll be nice. I'm going to let you pay what I paid for it, okay? Which is fair. That's fair. Now, you got to remember, Carrie was going to get kicked out anyway if Aiden hadn't bought the place, okay? Because they went co-op, all right? So now she has to buy the place, or else she's got nowhere to live. All right. So she really has no choice. Like, he's not gonna fucking just buy it for her and leave it to her. Fuck that shit. And that was actually a good decision. All right. Let her fucking feel some of it for a change. Right. You know, the way I look at it, he should have charged her more. Okay. Put in all those fucking dinners and shit that he fucking spent on her ass. Yeah. Put that on add that to the bill. That's what I would have done. But you know, but then again, I never would have gotten with her back with it in the first place. So what the fuck, you know? He's being nice. Fucking let him be nice. It's the parting gift. Yeah. Pay up, Buttercup. So. Yeah, so that's what she, of course, she complains to her friends about it. You know, Miranda's a lawyer. She looks it over. She's got 30 days to make a decision, or else she's got to get the fuck out. She's going to be fucking homeless. Well, Carrie has no money. She checks her bank account. She has like 900 in savings and maybe 700 in her checking account. So no one's going to give her a loan. She doesn't own any properties. She has no assets. She has no investment, no stocks, no nothing, okay? And Carrie's telling her girlfriend, oh, I'm not going to buy this place. I can't buy this place. I'm a New Yorker. We rent. That's what New Yorkers do. And Samantha's like, I own my own place. Miranda's like, I own my own place. And Shaw's like, I own my own place. And Karen's like, oh, well, you didn't buy it. Okay, your husband left it to you. He gave it to you. Okay, in the divorce, you're keeping the apartment. He just gave it to you. You didn't actually spend your own money on it, and that's true. Call out Charlotte on her goddamn fucking hypergamy. Absolutely. Okay, Charlotte doesn't. Well, she wants to work now. Okay, she's actually looking for a job now in this episode. She's trying to get a job back at a guy. Nobody wants to hire her though because she's overqualified, and let's face it, she's too old. You know, she's not right out of art school. Okay, she's fucking. You know, she's in her mid 30s. You know, and if they want her experience, they got to pay her more than some fucking chick that just got out of art school, you know? So yeah, absolutely, it's going to be hard for her to run a gallery again, you know? But it's not like she needs to work. She doesn't need to fucking work, okay? The money she's making off of the fucking divorce settlement, you know, from her super rich husband, you know, it's fucking, she's set for life. She never have to worry about money again, you know? But Carrie does, because Carrie has no fucking money because she can't save nothing. She spends everything. All right, and so yeah, she's very responsible with the money, and she's irresponsible in a lot of other ways too. Okay, so that's going on here. You know, so Carrie's like, you know, she tells Charlotte, you don't count. You know, he left you, your husband left you the place in the settlement. You didn't pay for it. Yep. Charlotte's like, oh, I paid for it, Carrie. I paid for it. In other words, no, you fucking didn't. Okay, you know who paid for it? Your fucking husband paid for it. In a lot more ways than money, okay? A lot more ways. Okay? You didn't pay for jack fucking shit. Okay? So yeah, anyway, so that's going on, you know. Charlotte's feminism, yeah, right. Okay, so anyway, Miranda farts at the table while everyone's eating. Samantha gets grossed out, you know, and she complains, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm farting all the time, I can't help it, I got gas all the time. I'm a fat, unlikable bitch. Well, that is what she is, actually. You know, so she farts. Samantha complains. Samantha shows off her Chanel purse. Yes, look how beautiful. I don't fucking know what a Chanel purse is. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, she's showing it off to the girls. They're all like, oh my God. And she says, it's a gift from Richard. Remember Richard? The guy that fucking, you know, that said he's not monogamous and he doesn't want to be monogamous with Samantha? Okay. He's been buying her gifts and leaving little cards with it, you know? Little love cards, but they're not really love cards, you know. And she's got a Chanel purse, so she's showing it off, you know. And and Charlotte's like, "Oh my God, that means he's in love with you." She's like, "No, he's not in love with me." Here, read the card, you know. And the card says "Style for Style, Best Richard," you know. So there's no love in there, no heart, nothing. Okay, so the girl's like, ooh, yeah, that's not a good sign. You know, and Carrie's like, well, Aiden wants me to keep the ring. He wants me to keep it. Yeah, see, what the fuck, dude? You didn't even get the ring back. Of course you didn't get the fucking ring back. Why would you fucking, it's just your own fucking money you spent on it. God damn. For a ring, for nothing. Bro, you spent all that money for nothing. You can't even fucking sell it. So Aiden, he told her, hey, you can keep the ring. You know, I don't need it anymore. You don't need it anymore either. And she's like, I didn't keep it because it's the right thing. When the fuck are you concerned with doing the right thing, Carrie? Okay. When it comes to Aiden, when were you ever concerned in doing the right thing? You've never done the right thing for Aiden. Okay. Everything you fucking did was bullshit. Everything involved with getting back with him was bullshit. Okay. You basically ran and begged him to take you back for no fucking reason. You hadn't even reconnected yet. Okay? Yeah, you didn't even have a fucking conversation about why you broke up. You just got back together. It's his fault too, don't get me wrong. Okay, but her whole relationship with Aiden was about her feeling better about herself for what she did and her fear of being alone, you know, of growing up alone, of dating another fucking loser. Aiden was not a loser at all. Now, you could make the argument he's a loser personally because he's too fucking trusting and too forgiving. That does make him a loser personally, but every other way, he's not really a loser, okay? He's very creative. He's good with money. He knows how to fix things, you know? He helps people out when they need it. You know, he's a very unselfish, caring person, the opposite of what Carrie is. Carrie's only unselfish when it comes to her friends, and even then, not all the time, okay? It's always about her, okay? All four of these women are that way, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, okay? They're all about themselves. They put themselves first. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself or else you can't take care of anybody else, okay? But these women make themselves the priority all the fucking time, okay? It's my way or the highway. All four of them are this way, okay? All of them, okay? How many guys are you going to attract that way? You know, anyway. That's why you spend more time with your girlfriends than you do with guys, all right? Anyway, so Samantha's like, no, you're a fool. You should keep the ring. And Charlotte's like, I kept mine. You know, and Carrie's like, when I look at this ring, it breaks my heart. So I can't. Anyway, Charlotte goes to Tiffany's, okay, with her wedding ring. Okay, and she's talking to the lady there, the saleswoman behind the counter. And she's like, yep, these look like earrings, you know. Okay, so she's looking at she's looking at the ring. She's like, yeah, it's beautiful. It's worth a lot of money, you know. And she's and I guess Charlotte's like considering getting it changed so it's not a ring anymore, maybe a necklace or maybe a pendant or maybe some earrings, you know. Get it changed, get it melted down and all that kind of stuff, you know. That way it doesn't look like a wedding ring anymore. And the saleswoman says that, yeah, look at these. You see these right here? These used to be my my wedding ring, you know. But it turns out my husband's a faggot. Hey, she used the word, not me. She used that word, not me. Okay. She said, yeah, but my husband was a faggot. But he had really good taste in jewelry. Whoa, yeah. See, it's stuff like this why I like the show. Why I love the show so much. Okay. A necklace, we can melt it down, you know, we can melt it down into a necklace or a pendant, you know, that kind of thing. And Charlotte's like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. Okay, so she still wants to hold on to her wedding ring. All right. And of course, the saleswoman was like, just don't take that to the gypsies next door. Fuck, like she didn't get a sale. Okay. Okay, Carrie goes to the bank to try to get a loan. Of course, she ain't gonna get one. Her credit fucking sucks. She has no assets. Okay, she's what they call you know, she's not economically viable enough, you know. She doesn't meet the requirements to get a loan. Yeah, so she's kind of pissed off. Like I said, she only has about $1,600 in the bank, you know. And so she gets upset and she leaves. And she decides to save money. Instead of taking taxis everywhere, she's going to take the bus. Yeah, she's going to take the bus with all the regular people. Ooh. You know. And when she goes and she waits for the bus, she didn't even know how much it costs to take the bus. And this black lady standing for the bus too. She tells her, "Oh, it's $1.50." $1.50? I remember when it was 50 cents. You know, for another $3, you can just take a cab. You know. Anyway, the bus pulls up, and it's actually a picture. It's actually got the banner of her Sex and the City bus that you see in every episode. Okay, that's actually the bus that comes to pick them up. So she's on there, you know, laying down on the fur thing, and the black woman's like, "Oh my, how is it you have to pay for the bus when you're on the bus?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know, exactly." You know. Rich white woman problems. You know, anyway. Well, she's not rich. That's her own fault, okay? How can you claim to be poor when you've got $40,000 worth of fucking shoes that you don't wear in your fucking closet? Okay. So that's going on here. Okay. And the thesis of this episode is, what is it all worth? What is it all worth? Okay. What's all this shit worth, right? So Charlotte calls around looking for a job on the phone. She keeps getting turned down. She's been dropping off her resume at all these different places, all these different galleries. Okay, but she can't get anybody to get her an interview. Okay, so I don't know why she wants to work again, but I guess she wants to do something because remember she was going to cure AIDS and have a baby. Well, all that shit fucking went through the roof. You know, I mean, it all fucking went through the floor actually. Okay, except for the cure for AIDS, she actually did succeed in curing AIDS. Okay, we all know she did that too, right? Yeah. Okay, but everything else she failed at. So now she got nothing to do all day but sit around in her fucking rich fucking palatial fucking apartment, millionaire fucking apartment, and she had nothing to do. So yeah, so she wants to work. Okay. So anyway, she's just sitting there walking around. She's trying on her wedding ring, walking around the apartment by herself. You know, there's a circular table in the center. There's a centerpiece table there right by the entrance. You know, she's just walking around a circle around it. You know, blah blah. You know, and I will say this about Kristen Davis. Okay, hey, listen, straight man's point of view. Okay, Kristen Davis in this scene, she looks fucking incredible. Like I could totally fucking fall in love with her. There's this one look she makes after she hangs up the phone where I'm just like, my heart just melted, okay? Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, I want to be with you so bad. I want to be with you so fucking bad right now, you know? So yeah, hey, I've said this before, okay? Out of all 4 women, she is the one I'm most attracted to. Okay, and it's not just her looks, although she is the prettiest one. No, it's her personality, okay? Not her fucking hypergamy, okay? Not her gold digging, okay? It's everything else. Yeah, she's a ditz, okay? But, you know, she's very feminine. You know, she acts very feminine, you know, and that turns men on. It turns me on. It does. It does. I like it when girls act like girls, you know. It's because I don't see that all the time. I don't fucking, you know, it's not what I'm used to. You see what I mean? It's you know, it's a different feeling. It's a different point of view. It's a different way of relating to somebody, you know. Just like, you know, like those of you, when you look at me or hear my voice or anything like that, okay, you know what kind of a person I am, okay. But if you're a girl and you're used to just hanging out with other girls all the time, you know, and then, you know, you see a man comes in there who acts like a man, talks like a man, looks like a man, you know, it's totally different experience, you know, than hanging out with your girlfriends, okay? Well, that's kind of what it's like for me to look at Charlotte, you know? I'm like, oh my God, that's a woman. She's a woman all the way, you know? Like, yeah, very feminine. You notice she never wears fucking pants. She never wears fucking jeans, you know? She always wears dresses. She always wears summer dresses and skirts all the fucking time. You ever notice that? I noticed that, okay? Yeah, she's very feminine, okay? Long hair, I mean, beautiful. Kristen Davis, beautiful. Not so much now. Now she looks like a fucking Botox train wreck. But back then, oh my God, yeah, she was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Woo! Damn, Kristen Davis. What the fuck? What the fuck happened to you? Anyway, yeah, her, you know, between her and Ashley Judd, man, I'm done. Man, I'm done looking at women now. What the no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm done looking at those women. There's plenty more where that came from. Anyway, not about me. All right, so that's going on here. Yeah, so she walks around the apartment. Like I said, she's beautiful. Richard gets another gift. Richard gets another gift for Samantha. And she's like, oh, you're spoiling me, you know? And of course, she reads the card and it's something generic like, you know, this is for you, Toots, or some shit, you know? So she's like, no love on there, okay? Carrie goes shoe shopping with Miranda, okay? But she's upset. She can't afford any of the shoes in there. But she still grabs like fucking 7 pairs of shoes and tells the guy that works there, hey, bring me this in a size 7 so I can try them all on. But you cannot let me buy any. Okay, I'm just trying them on. I am not going to buy any of these shoes. And the salesman's like, yeah, thanks for letting me know. You know, so that's going on there. She can't afford any. Miranda needs new shoes because her feet got fatter. You know, and she's like, look at my fingers. My fingers look like sausages. Look at me, I'm farting all the time. And she does a silent but deadly. Yeah, she does. She lets out a silent but deadly. And fucking, and just kids, you know. And she's like, well, damn it, my ass is so fucking big and fat right now, I must have muffled the noise, you know? Whatever. It's just fucking gross, you know? Fucking looking at fucking nasty ass Cynthia Nixon. Bad enough we had to watch her eat all the fucking time, and now we got to watch her fart all the fucking time. Get the fuck out of here. They just take her out of the episode, you know? You know, when I used to go to comic book conventions, like in the early 2000s, and a lot of people that watch Star Wars, okay, there is like the, you know, they had a lot of people hated The Phantom Menace, okay? There's been worse Star Wars movies since then. But back then in the early 2000s, the Phantom Menace was like the worst Star Wars movie ever fucking made. Fans hated it, okay? And the biggest reason was because of Jar Jar Binks. So I used to go to these comic book conventions and they had these bootleg VHSs. Yeah, it was a long time ago. These bootleg VHSs, okay, that they would sell you. And one of them they had was The Phantom Menace, the anti-Jar Jar Binks version, okay? So they had Jar Jar Binks' character with a big fucking red line that the Ghostbusters circled right through him. So what you did, if you bought that movie and you watched it, they cut out all the scenes with Jar Jar Binks in it to make the movie better, okay? Well, that's what they need to do this episode. Cut out all the fucking scenes with Miranda in it, okay? Make the episode better. I don't want to fucking see Miranda and her big fat pregnant ass complaining about men, talking about how ugly and unfuckable she is. I already know this. I've known this for fucking 4 seasons already, okay? And farting all the goddamn time. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Come on. Whew. All right. She had my ass so big it muffles the noise of my farts. Yes, this is actually a plot element in this episode, you know. I get my fingers look like sausages, my fat ass fingers. I'm farting all the time. I'm totally unfuckable. Yeah, I've been saying that for 4 seasons now, okay? And that was before all this shit, you know. And you know what, Carrie, I've never been so horny. That's why you're supposed to be married when you're pregnant. Guaranteed dick. God damn. Yeah. Do the anti-Miranda version of this episode. All right, Carrie's like, I've spent like $40,000 on shoes. I'm going to end up being an old woman who lives in her shoes. Ah! Yeah, it's like she didn't fucking realize it. She doesn't know fucking how to do math. Go figure, okay? I'm about to be homeless and I got his $40,000 for the shoes. Yes, you stupid. No, never mind. All right. So Carrie goes apartment shopping. She goes to some shitty ass. Actually, the place, we don't really see much of it, but it kind of looks like the apartment I had when I was like 19, you know, and living in Chicago. You know, and she's like, you know, oh my God, it's a shit. It's like, where do I put my shoes? Oh, you buy one of those things, you hang it up on the closet wall there, and you put your shoes in the little baggies. And you say, you know, she's like, how the hell is this shithole $2,800 a month? But my apartment right now, which is a hell of a lot bigger than this piece of shit, you know, only $750 a month. And it doesn't fucking smell like Indian food. She's like, it must be rent control. You know, you should really keep it. She's like, okay, well, you know, what else have you guys? She says, you know what, Miss Bradshaw, with your attitude and your financial limitations, I think you should fucking go see someone else to find your apartment. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, Carrie was being a bitch right there. You know, God damn it. She's been having a free ride for so long that now when she has to go into the real world, she doesn't know what the fuck to do. You know, God damn. You know. Okay, so Carrie visits Big. Of course she does, because Big's got money, right? So she visited him at his office. I think it's the first time we see him at his office. And she goes in there, and he's on the phone with somebody, and he hangs up for Carrie. He goes like, Carrie, you know, what brings you here to my office? She's like, oh, you know, I always thought that you had like 27 secretaries out there typing at the same time. That's the way I always visioned it. You know, he's like, oh, they're all at lunch right now, but what can I do for you? You know, because Big's being big. You know, she's like, well, I read once that you took $3 million and you turned it into $100 million. Okay, so I'm guessing Big is an investment banker. Okay, that's what I'm guessing. We never really find out what he does for a living, but I'm guessing he's an investment banker. All right. She's like, you took $3 million, you turned it into $100 million. I need you to tell me how you did that. He's like, well, what's going on here? Why are you asking me this? You know, she's like, okay, we know what Carrie really means. Okay, she's not saying, hey, teach me how to make a lot of money. What she's saying is, I need a lot of money. Give it to me. That's what she's really saying. Okay, and any guy can see through that. All right. He's like, well, what's going on here? You know, and she's like, well, I have to buy my apartment, but I don't have any money. Aiden and I broke up. You were right. You know, and he's like, well, maybe it just wasn't the right time. You know, she's like, Big's like, well, don't worry, kid. You'll be okay. Okay, and Carrie's like, I need to know what you know about getting money. Yeah, right. Yeah, more like you. Yeah, except without the I need to know part. Just get straight to the money. You know, Carrie goes to her girlfriend's. You know, I guess they eat at a Chinese restaurant later on, and she shows them the check that Big wrote for her. Okay, it's for like 30 grand. You know, Big gave me this check. You know, but it's a loan. It's a loan. You know, and Miranda's like, you know, if you take that money, he's going to own you. You know, and Miranda's like, he owns you now if you take that money. Don't cash it. I'll loan you the money, okay? And she's like, do you have 30 grand? Well, I have half of it. And Samantha's like, yeah, I can get you the other half, Carrie. You know? So can I. I can loan you the money too. Charlotte says nothing. She's just sipping on her fucking soda. She doesn't say a goddamn thing. And Carrie's like, waiting for Charlotte to offer to give her some money. And Charlotte's just, oh, by the way, everybody, I got a new job. That's what she says. Well, it's not really a new job. It's she's volunteering somewhere. It's some fucking artsy-fartsy bullshit. I don't fucking know. I don't remember it. I don't care. All right. So, yeah. So that's going on here. Carrie is knowing. So anyway, Carrie decides to rip up the check. She's not going to cash it after all, you know. And she tells her girlfriends, no, you know, never mind. I'll find a way to get the money myself without your help, you know. And then, of course, she opens up her fortune cookie. There's no fortune in it. Yeah, see this fortune cookie? There's no fortune in there, you know? Offer. Okay, so Carrie, they're walking out of the restaurant at night, of course, the four of them, you know. And Carrie starts having like a little fucking minor anxiety attack, you know. She's like, oh, my God, I have no apartment and I have no Aiden. You know, it's been a rough 2 weeks, girls. You know, yes, but these are all problems that you yourself orchestrated, Carrie. You did this to yourself. All right. So that's going on here. You know, she gets very emotional, like all the girls do on the show. Carrie goes over to visit Charlotte. She's pissed off now. She realizes why she's upset. It's because of Charlotte. So she confronts Charlotte at her own place. She's like, Carrie. Carrie's like, why didn't you offer me the money? And Charlotte's like, she's like, look, money and friendships don't mix. Okay, my father and his partner Paul want to. I'm not talking about your father and his fucking partner Paul. I'm talking about you and your friend Carrie, me. I wouldn't have taken your money if you'd offered it, but you didn't offer it. And she's like, ooh. Well, you know, Carrie, your financial irresponsibility is not my problem. It is not my responsibility, okay, to help you out with your finances. You know, and she's like, I've been offered, just for you know, okay, I've been offered $4 a word over at Vogue. I've been doing other work on the side. Most girls only get $2 a word. Okay? I've made some mistakes, Charlotte, but so have you. We both made mistakes. And when you've made them, I was still sitting across from you, nodding and listening and supporting you. That's the way you girls talk to each other. You weren't even looking at me. And the worst part about it is you don't even have to work. Charlotte's like, look, I love you, Carrie, but it's not my job to fix your finances. You're 35. You're going to have to learn to stand on your own. And they start circling each other on the table. It's kind of funny. That round table that Charlotte has. Okay, they're circling each other like they're having a duel or some shit, you know? Carrie's like, you know, where's your wedding ring, Charlotte? Charlotte's like, why are you wearing your wedding ring? She's like, because it's mine. No one will hire me, Carrie, okay? I have too much experience. And Carrie's like, well, I'm in a financial cul-de-sac. But I'm taking the bus now because I love these shoes and I can't walk in them. So they make up, basically, okay? Basically, they make up. Samantha's at Richard's apartment. What the fuck has she got a key to his fucking place for? I have no idea. But she's at his place and she's coming out of the shower. She's naked. Well, she got a towel in her hand. But otherwise she's fucking naked, so we get to see a little bit of it. Okay, there's a scene where if you pause it like I did, you're supposed to see fucking Samantha's bush, you know. But I actually did pause it, and you know she's wearing like skin colored panties underneath, so her bush is actually not on display. Her tits are, not her bush. Okay. But if you gotta pause though, because she drops the towel, or she throws the towel up in the air, and you're supposed to see her crotch. you know, and for that 1 second that you see it, it's that she's actually wearing a fucking, some fucking underwear on. All right, so that's going on here. Samantha comes out of the shower, trying to dry herself. There's a guy there in the bed, and it's not Richard. She freaks out. He freaks out, you know, and he's like, it's okay. I'm one of Richard's assistants, okay? I'm one of them, okay? And I'm gay, all right? I'm gay. And she's like, my name's Roger, okay? I'm Roger, and you're not supposed to be here. She's like, well, I thought I'd take a nice bath. Now that's shot to shit. And Roger's like, I'm his personal shopper. I'm Richard's personal shopper, okay? And she sees there's a gift on the bed, okay, that was supposed to be for her. Okay? And she realized that this is the guy that Richard sends out to buy gifts for the women in his life. Okay? He doesn't buy them himself. He sends somebody to buy gifts to the women, okay? This guy's a player, man. This guy can afford to do this. He's a rich player. Okay, this is some deep shit here, okay? This guy's a pro. Okay? When you're rich enough to hire a personal shopper to buy gifts for the women that you're fucking, that you're up there. You've made it up there. Okay? He's that kind of a person, all right? So she realizes that this guy's been buying all the gifts. He bought her that Chanel purse, you know, all the gifts. Okay, the watch and all that shit. Yeah, he bought it for her. Okay, under the orders of Richard. All right, and he's the one who's been making out the notes too. You know, he's like, oh please. He's like, I picked out all your gifts. He's like, so how many other women are you buying gifts for that he's fucking? He's like, actually, since you showed up, not very many. You know, you're basically his favorite one, I think. You know. Okay, later. You know, so that's going on here. Okay, later gift card. So he says, please, don't tell him that don't tell Richard that I told you all this stuff. Okay, I don't want to lose my job. And she's like, okay, I won't. But in exchange, you need to do something for me. Okay, so later on, Richard's there. She sees her gift. She acts like she's surprised by it. And he's like, oh, look, I'm gonna read the card too. Okay, Richard, I'm gonna read the card. And she reads it, you know, and she reads it. And it says, gorgeous for gorgeous, love, Richard. And she reads it, and he's like, what? Let me see that card. He's like, you know, he's like, it's true. I love you, Samantha. And she's like, okay. And she walks away, right? You know. All right, so Miranda and Steve go over the contract. She made a contract for Steve about his visiting the baby and all that kind of shit. And she tells him she's horny. He's like, oh, fuck you, Miranda. I don't see it in the contract, though. She's like, fuck the contract. By the way, you're just a mercy. Fuck. Okay, and then he says, oh, then fuck you fat-ass fucking bitch. I'm leaving. Well, actually, that's not what he said. That's what I would have said. He's like, he doesn't care that he's a mercy fuck. Okay? Can you imagine if it was the other way around? If I told a girl, hey, by the way, bitch, you're just a mercy fuck. Yeah, you think she'd fuck me? Probably not. But he'll do it, okay? Because that's what happens when gay guys write these episodes, all right? Okay, so that's going on here. Carrie and Charlotte have they apologize to each other. Charlotte actually gives Carrie her wedding ring so that Carrie can cash it in and use that money to buy her apartment, okay? Carrie says, okay, are you sure about this? She's like, yes. You know, I'm going to take my troubled past and make a bright future with it. I want you to have it. I want you to cash it in, save your apartment. And she's like, okay, you know it's a loan, right? She's like, yes, I know it's a loan. I know you'll pay me back. You know it'll take me a while to pay you back. She's like, yes, I know, but I know you will. She's like, okay, I'll do it. Fine. Okay, so Charlotte saved her right there with that wedding ring, okay, for her down payment, okay? You know, and they had the two caprese salads show up at the restaurant because they're at a restaurant. And Charlotte took her painful past and turned it into a hopeful future. And that made the ring priceless to Carrie, okay? And that's how this episode ends. So Carrie ends up buying the apartment. That's how it ends. So otherwise, it's a pretty good episode. Thank you for watching this long, and I will see you on the next one.